Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit the ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again at the euro currency. Well guys, on the daily time frame, it looks like the market has chosen the short-term direction, since it has moved below the weekly pivot point and close below the low of this, as we called it, high wave pattern. So that was some sort of the indecision candle. And the major points for such sort of candles are the extreme points, high and low, and depending on where market will close, either above the high or below the low, probably will estimate the short-term direction. Well, so this plunge down gives us some kind of the nice looking bearish engulfing pattern right here, right at the moment that we have anticipated in terms of possible reversal. Because as we said, and you can see that euro has done it again, market very often shows some reversals at the point of the 1618 extension after hitting the extreme overbought condition. That was here. We have discussed a million of times this already. 1618 extension reversal. Again, 1618 extension. Will it be a reversal or not? We'll see. In the short-term perspective, I can't say that the situation on the euro currency is absolutely clear for me, and I do not like much such situation, and I do not like to trade in such situations when I do not quite understand what is going on with the euro currency. Well, this reversal in this area could get the significant consequences for medium-term perspective. If market will really fail here, and this will be really some sort of action as here, that could mean that we have got the failure inside of the megaphone pattern on the weekly time frame that we have discussed. It will mean that market hasn't quite reached the upper border of this pattern, and that could establish the downward action and bearish trend on the euro currency for the long period. That could really get significant consequences on the market. But we can't judge about it and make such conclusion only based on this candle. That's just one trading session, and it's just very small time frame for long-term perspective. For the monthly time frame, for the weekly time frame, we need to see more action. We need to see that market really will continue moving in that direction. Currently, I do not see much what we could trade here, even if take into consideration this pattern. I see only two possibilities. First is this bearish engulfing, and probably if market will show some retracement up, well, to trade this pattern we could trying to take some short position with some ABCD to the downside, or scalp trade. Second possibility comes from this line. That is the MACD predictor, and you can see market now is calling around it. So if market will close by today's trading session somewhere around this area, that could give us the stop grabber pattern, and that could lead market to the new highs. It's not necessarily will be the upward continuation, but that could be just a move to the upside. Maybe market will turn to the downside again. Well, but here will be another pattern that could appear by today's close. We will also discuss probably the possibility for the double repo lookalike pattern here. So as I said, I do not like this thrust very much. This market shows too much retracements with it, but maybe this will work. At least if market will form here a double repo sell, that will be at least some pattern that we could use in our trading. But I prefer to get better opportunities, clearer patterns that is combines in some overall context of trading. For instance, as we done on the Japanese yen, we have ABCD patterns that has given us the agreement around 50% support. Recall what we have traded on a couple days ago. Right at this area on the lower time frames, we got reversal butterfly buy. So you can see that all patterns on the higher time frames, on the lower time frames, give us some overall clear picture that adds to each other as the puzzle, and that gives an overall picture. But here we do not have such situation. We see some significant move previously, but it doesn't make clear overall picture. What does it mean currently for the higher time frames, for the lower time frames? Well, on the markets you could trade either just clear patterns. For instance, we have the butterfly, we could trade it. We have here butterfly, as we have discussed, we could trade it. So our market could reach the 138 support of the thrust of the butterfly. That will be the target. Probably market already has hit it. Well, or you could trade, for instance, this pattern. We have the bearish engulfing, we could trade it. As rules suggest, so entering in some retracement inside the bottom, place stop above this high, get some target that equals the length of the bars somewhere in this area by some ABCD action, something of that sort. So you could make choice either to trade the overall context. So if you see some greater picture with many patterns that could be joined in some single, some unique picture, united picture that gives you the overall understanding what is going on here, or you could just trade the separate patterns that mostly will look like the scalp trades. Well, here on the euro currency we do not have this opportunity. That's why the euro is not very attractive to me currently. Well, I think that we could find something more interesting. Guys tell on the forum that on Australian dollar there's forming this great opportunity for the double repo buy on the weekly time frame. That's much better scenario than currently on the euro currency. So maybe this will be some kind of some period of the expectation until market will form some clear setup on the higher time frames that give us more understanding. But in the short-term perspective, I see only this bearish engulfing and probably the potential for stop grabber. Maybe that will lead to the double repo sell or something of that sort. On the intraday charts on the 4-hour time frame, if you will take a look at this pattern that we have discussed yesterday, there's potential for the three drive sell. The market hasn't quite reached the target. The target, usual minimum target of the three drive, is the low between the second drive and the third drive. Market hasn't quite reached it. Well, probably if market will show some retracement, as we said, inside of this pattern that looks like the bearish engulfing, so that could be some bounce. That gives us more greater ABCD pattern to the downside, market will hit this target. That is very short-term scenario that would appear on the market. But you can see that is not the strategical potential trade. That's just a tactical trade that based on the patterns that we have now on the euro currency. Well, on the hourly time frame, you see the resistance area that stands right in front of a previous swing high. This high, okay, that's also was the support, resistance, support, again has been broken, resistance, market turns to the downside. Well, right in this area stands weekly pivot point that has been broken down, and take a look, free retracement, resistance area, 3 fib level, 3250 of that thrust down. So market probably could retest this level before downward continuation. If this will happen, well, probably we could try to do this. But again, that is, as you can see, not very impressive scenario on the euro currency. And personally, I do not have much desire to make some deal with the euro currency in today's trading session. Probably it's better to wait and see what will happen during today's trading session, and what maybe market will give us some more clarification. If we will get the stop grabber, well, that will be another pattern that we could stick with the short-term trading. But probably it makes sense to take a look at other currency pairs, at other assets that have better opportunities. For instance, as I said, Australian dollar, S&P, where market could create the double repo sell pattern on the daily time frame. Market also now is forming the butterfly sell as the part of this pattern. So here on the S&P we have the situation that I have described previously, when the patterns of higher time frames and lower time frames add each other. That is very significant, and that is the way how I like to deal with the markets. Well, but on euro currency, as you see, it's just very nervous price action, high swings to upside, to the downside, long shadows. It looks like the market still stands in some sort of the nervous situation and nervous situation and indecision, and that's not very attractive market for trading currently.